Hello and welcome to episode 22 of They Tried to Bury Us on FM24. I'm Jamie. Coming up on today's episode, 2 games for you in the Vanarama National League North. I'm going to show you the game at home to Macclesfield. I'm then going to play Spennymoor Town, Guiseley, AFC Sudbury, Dulwich Hamlet off camera, bring you back for the game away to Blythe Spartans. I'm then going to go through to the end of the month and show you the transfer business that we've done since the last transfer update. So let's get straight into it. And the team to face Macclesfield is coming up in just a moment. Okay, here is the team for the Macclesfield game, and Tom Rush comes in goal in place of the injured Cameron Dawson. The back four is Fisher, Panzo, Mullen and White. Agimang behind Davis and Carr in midfield. Ali on the left, McFadden on the right and Sam Burns up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, my assistant thinks this is a match we should be winning and they should make sure we do. I'm not going to disagree with that, so we'll pump the fists and agree with him. And let's get out there and see if we can do that. And we'll kick the match off. And as always, first 10 minutes, we'll see how it goes. And hopefully we can grab a nice early goal as Fisher finds Panzo. Agimang over the top for Ali. His cross isn't able to find a Bury player, but we still have it. Davis's cross in, headed away. White collects it, and we can go again down the right hand side. White's cross, and the header from Milenic Ali finds the back of the net, and it is Bury 1, Macclesfield 0. We've played 2 minutes, and we've got the early breakthrough. So we are in a very strong position. And that takes our lead at the top as it stands to 14 points. So it is looking very encouraging. Fisher with the throw-in, gets it back, plays it to Davis. Davis's cross is over McFadden, but he retrieves. And it's cleared away by Marjoram. Evans plays it back to McDonald. Over the top, Evans is allowed to chase it and get there. And he is dispossessed. We get it clear. Agimang's given it away and the highlight comes to an end. Now McDonald with a free kick and he's gone close. It's ruffled the outside of the goal and the highlight comes to an end yet again. So far Macclesfield have had more shots, but we've had the only effort on target and it ended up in the back of the Macclesfield net. Olofinjana finds Beals who gives it back. Harrison to Rowe. Beals to Olofinjana. Beals again into Harrison. De Bol to Marjoram. And McDonald got the better of Fisher. Finds Moore. Moore's cross is cleared by the keeper after a fashion. De Bol with the shot which Rush spills. And now Rush plays it short to White and the highlight comes to an end. And you can definitely tell we've got an inexperienced keeper today. He is not looking secure at the back as McFadden finds White. White's crossfield ball is flicked on by Davis and Sam Burns finds the back of the net and it is Bury 2, Macclesfield 0. So out of almost nowhere, we've managed to get a second goal, 24 minutes in, and suddenly we've got breathing space. So let's get to half-time with that 2-goal lead, although Milenic Ali is going to try and make it an opportunity to make it 3. Panzo to Ali. Ali into the box. Ali shoots, and it's gone wide. And the highlight comes to an end. So can we get a third goal before half time? I'll certainly settle for 2 at the break. But a third goal would be absolutely welcome. I think in terms of substitutions, I'm probably going to take Mullen off now that we're at the half-time interval. I'm pleased with how it's gone. Although that said, we don't have a centre-back on the bench. Although I could put Tyler White in there and get Mullen off for Abdul Salem. And also Martin Davis for Diallo. And that'll do for now. So into the second half. And hopefully we can build on what we've done in a decent first half. Fisher with the corner, headed away. He'll get another chance, crosses it in again. Cleared again. Evans this time brings it forward for Macclesfield. Plays it back to Moore. Ayinde. Now Beals. Jones. Macclesfield keeping possession nicely. Ayinde's ball is cut out by Abdul Salem. Agyemang to Panzo. Forward to Diallo. Plays it back to Panzo. Fisher sprays it to the right for Abdul Salem, who is looking for options. Instead goes himself. And now plays it back to McFadden, who crosses. Header away, and Carr gets on the end of it and heads it past the keeper. And it is Bury 3, Macclesfield 0. We've played 48 minutes and we're absolutely in charge now. So next move is going to be McFadden. And I'll bring Ladapo on. And we'll put Burns out on the right hand side. So Sam Burns can go out on the right. Ladapo can go up front. We'll confirm that change. And now it is Hutton with the corner from Macclesfield. The header off the crossbar. And Taylor Jones is there to apply the finish. Bury 3, Macclesfield 1. So they're back in it with 25 minutes to go. And now Fisher is tiring rapidly. I'll bring on Cameron Ishmael. And that'll be my final change. With a shade over 15 minutes left. Ali to Ishmael. Diallo to Panzo. Agyemang to White. To Abdul Salem on the right hand side. He's given it away to Hutton. Hutton's clearance, flicked on, but Carr gets there first. Plays it forward. Abdul Salem to Carr. Reverses it back to Abdul Salem, who beats his man, gets the cross in. And Ladapo with the header gets his 20th goal of the season to make it Bury 4, Macclesfield 1. And surely that is going to be enough to seal the win. As we edge towards the last 10 minutes of the match. And we are now 5 minutes from time, still 4-1. And Burns is absolutely shattered. De Ball with the corner, which is headed away. Abdul Salem clears as far as Drake's Thomas. To De Ball, who shoots. And it's just over the bar. Highlight comes to an end, and there is 5 minutes of added time, which we're well into. And there's the full-time whistle. Bury 4, Macclesfield FC 1, and I'll be back with the second match of today's episode in just a moment. Okay, time now for the second match of the episode, and this time it is a trip to the northeast to face Blythe. And the team for this one, Dawson in goal, back four, Fisher, Panzo, Mullen and White, McMahon Brown behind Carr and Davis in midfield, Burns on the left, McFadden on the right and Ladapo up front. So let's submit the team and go give a team talk. Okay, my assistant wants them to pick up where they left off last time out. Okay, I'll agree with him. And let's get out there and see if we can grab another victory. And as you can see, we are well clear at the top of the table, and definitely on course as it stands for promotion to the National League. But a win today would go an awful long way to making that a reality. As Panzo plays it forward, it's flicked on and given away. Stone, and we've won it back. Burns over the top for Ladapo, and he's put his head in where it hurts. Nods it past the keeper, but unfortunately Ladapo's offside, so it won't count, and it remains 0-0. So now Fisher with the corner, floated in, header away, and it's cleared away by Beardsworth. McFadden finds Fisher. Fisher's cross, cleared away. Burns to Fisher, crossed in again, cleared away, and the highlight comes to an end. It has been absolutely all Bury in the opening 20 minutes, but we don't have the breakthrough yet, so we'll demand more. And hopefully we can find a goal from somewhere. Blythe are in the bottom half of the league, so the last thing we want to do is have another slip up. And now we've got a free kick, which Ladapo is over. Right foot round the wall, and I think the keeper's got something on that. He has, and it's a corner. Fisher, left-footed in-swinger, into the middle, and Ladapo's header is over the top. Highlight comes to an end, and it looks increasingly like it is going to be 0-0 at the break. And that comes against a backdrop of us utterly dominating, and it is 0-0. So into the dressing room, not happy, and we'll need to make some changes. We're going to take Sam Burns off. I'm going to bring Brodie Pert on, and I'm going to switch McFadden and Pert around, and that'll do for now. So into the second half, we'll demand more, and hopefully that change will yield the first goal of the game. It has already seen a slight uptick in the player ratings. McMahon Brown could do with coming off. Agyemang is a ready-made replacement. Likewise, Fisher could do with coming off. And Ishmael is a ready-made replacement for him. So that change will happen after this highlight. Stone plays it back to Beardsworth, and it's given straight to Davis, who's taken out. Ladapo allowed to continue, finds Pert. Pert shoots, and shoots wide. So big chance not taken, and it remains 0-0. As now Burko with the throw-in into Josic. And Burko shoots, hits the crossbar. Civi's ball back in, and Dawson grabs hold of it. Highlight comes to an end. And 15 minutes to go. We've got 2 subs, but only 1 substitution slot remaining. I'm going to take Ladapo off and swap him with Harrison Poulter and confirm that. And I am going to stay on positive rather than attacking because we're away. As the ball comes in, it's headed up rather than out. Panzo to Ishmael. Back to McFadden. And he's got underneath it, and it's gone over the crossbar. Highlight comes to an end. We are 10 minutes from time. Right-footed in swinging corner. He's nodded over by Panzo. And the highlight again comes to an end. Will there be another decent chance? Pert's corner this time. Too low and headed away easily. McFadden plays it forward for Pert. Has he stayed onside? Looks like he has. Pert to White. White shoots and Tyler White scores his third goal of the season, and it's Blythe Spartans 0, Bury 1. We've got 8 minutes to hold on for what could be a massive victory. And we're into the last minute of normal time. There's 5 minutes added. Ishmael with a throw-in. Looking for either Carr or McFadden. Finds Carr. Ishmael gets it back. Crosses. And Brodie Pert makes it 2-0. And surely wraps up the win. We're into the 5 minutes of added time. Well into it now. And there might not even be time for another highlight. And there is the full-time whistle. Blythe Spartans 0, Bury 2. I'll be back in a moment to show you the transfer update since the summer. Okay, well, it is the 1st of February and the end of the nominal January transfer window. Of course, there isn't actually a January transfer window at this level, so no further business has been done since the summer. The squad remains exactly as it was the last time I showed it to you. Let's take a look at the results that have happened since the last match we showed you. And you saw us play Blythe Spartans and Macclesfield. So after we played Macclesfield, we beat Spennymoor 2-1, Sudbury 7-1. We lost 2-1 away to Guiseley, beat Dulwich Hamlet 3-0. And you saw us beat Blythe Spartans 2-0. Since then, we've gone on to beat Brackley 2-1 and Alfreton Town 2-0. And that leaves the Vanarama National League North table looking like this. And as you can see, top of the league after 31 matches, 24 wins, 5 draws, 2 defeats, 77 points, 13 clear of second placed Marine, a further 4 points clear of Radcliffe in third, and we've got a game in hand on them as well. So let's take a look at when we are going to come back. I'm not going to go all the way through to the end of the season. I am going to bring you back and show you the 2 games in March, the start of March, away to Radcliffe and at home to Marine, both of whom are still in the promotion mix via the playoffs. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.